Hey, baby. Stop selling weed, all right? You got your whole life ahead of you. He said, fuck you, nigga, I got kids to feed. I said, God damn.
I told Chris Rock I was going to the Comedy Cellar here in New York. He said, all right, I'm going to come down. I said, Chris, I'm working on some stuff. Come down. I want to know what you think. We're close, and we always give each other opinions on what we're doing and where we feel this can go or that can go. Just punch up. So he comes down. He's like, oh, my God, Kev, funny. I said, you going up? He said, yeah, I'm going to try some stuff out, too. Chris goes up. Dave pops in later that night. Me and Chris were there talking. Chappelle comes in. We say, you going up? He said, yeah. Me and Chris go downstairs so we can watch Dave. Keep in mind, me and Chris are excited. We just worked on new material.
Right.
Chris gave me some good beats. He went on, I gave him some good beats. Dave went on stage and was so good that me and Chris just took what we had. We balled it up. We balled it up. We threw it away. We threw it in the trash. We threw it. I said, I'm so disgusted with where my level of thinking was after seeing where Dave was. I got to go back in the gym.
This man is unbelievable. I'm not talking about just his stand-up, how he interacts with people, random fans. We were in Minneapolis, Minnesota. White kid just freaks out. Oh my God, Dave Chappelle! He just loses his shit. And I'm like, hey man, relax, you know, because people think because I'm so big, I'm in security and shit. I'm like, relax. He's like, come on, man. Oh my God, Dave Chappelle, please come up to my apartment and have some weed. And Dave looked at me and I looked back at him. I was like, I am out of weed, bro. Let's at least check out what this situation is. And let's see where it takes us. You know what I mean? So we go up to his apartment. I go in. I see this giant jar full of weed, just like white people have. Then I take my nugget. I was like, thank you so much. And we're about to walk out. And the entire time he starts pounding on his roommate's door. Wake up, bro! Wake up! We got fucking Dave Chappelle in our apartment! But he won't wake up to save his life. And we're leaving. He's like, please take a picture. Please take a picture of me. And Dave was like, hey, man, we're moving in the night right now. For security purposes. We can't be doing this. And we start walking down his stairs. And he's up on the top of the stairs. He's like, no one is gonna believe.
What happened was we were out here. We had a TV deal. Blah blah blah. They gave us car. You know, what kind of car you want? Ford Mustang. Pling. It's there. Dave never drove before, so first they gave him a town car. Oh. And he was like, man, give a black man a town car. Why you trying to say I'm a pimp? And he was so they gave him another car. He wrecked that car. Anyway, he finally gets the car he wants. He comes to my door. He's like, man, let's go cruising. So, all right, let's go cruising. Back then was the smoking period, so we find a coffee shop. Right. I park my car. He parks his right behind. I got my top down, CDs in there. We go on the, now we're solving all the world's problems, of course. Right. And in the middle of it, Dave goes, man, I think I just seen my car go by. I said, Dave, you're paranoid. You're high. He goes, no, man, it's the same color. It's a lot of Toyota Celicas. It's silver. It's not it. Well, long story short, we walked out about an hour later. Someone stole his car, and he's like, man, the police took it. I said, no, the police did not take it. The funniest part was he's standing in the space, but man, he's going, some thug is wearing my leather jacket, playing my Mary J. Blige. And then he goes, I just put gas in this son of a bitch. He can make anything funny.
And you're baked just laughing your ass off.
Oh, I was wrecked in the middle of the street laughing so hard.
Dave, you know, I call him the Honorable Dave Chappelle, all praises due, owns a bunch of land in Ohio. That's what you do when you go to Ohio, right? You just buy a bunch of land. And on his land, he's got a cornfield, and he chopped down some corn and built the stage. And, you know, then at some point, Dave's got like a weed mushroom chef that prepares amazing meals with weed and mushrooms, right? So Tiffany Haddish drank the mushroom tea and cut her hair the next day.
else I did on my wonderful holiday break. I went down to the Comedy Store, did a set, had a great time, and I was driving home, and driving along Sunset, just starting to fucking listen to my tunes, and all of a sudden I go by this venue, and I look, and what do I see? I see Dave Chappelle and John Mayer are doing a show. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, right? So I call up a buddy of mine that books all the shows, and I said, hey, what's the story with this? Does John Mayer, come out with his band? Does Dave go on first? Does John go on first? Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, what happens is John comes out, plays like 4 songs. He brings Dave out. Dave does stand-up for an hour and a half, and then he brings John back out, and then they just sort of riff. As Dave talks about shit, John will play the music underneath, and I was like, I gotta fucking see that. So me and the lovely Nia, we went down there, because I never take her out on New Year's Eve, because that is the original St. Patrick's Day. Plus, I go to the Rose Bowl the next day, so I need to get my sleep before I get absolutely hammered and pass out in a fucking chair for a couple hours, missing my meatball sub. So we went down there and just it was such a great fucking night. And I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't think I've ever seen 2 people that fucking talented. Like, there's usually one genius and then surrounded by a bunch of people who are just sitting there. Isn't he amazing? I'm so happy to be playing bass with this genius, or I'm so happy to be fucking, I don't know, whatever the fuck else. I'm so happy to be in the ice capades with this twirling genius, right? It was 2 of them. And what I kind of noticed about both of them is that they just like most genius minds, they get rid of all the fucking white noise. Everything about every bit that Chappelle did was just like, there was no fat on it. And he got right to the fucking point. And another thing that I loved was, I can't believe that I've been in this business long enough that we're like the older guys now. And it always blows my mind that I'm like 5 years older than Dave Chappelle, because he was already a made guy when I came in. So I always look at him like he's got 10 years on me, or 15. And, just when I watch his act, I'm like, this guy's clearly been doing this a good couple of decades longer than me. And the reality is, I think he's only been doing it like 6 years longer than I have, or something like that. He's fucking amazing. And what I love, too, is just, he's that same, with all that's changed, everybody getting offended, all of this fucking crap, how you get in trouble, he hasn't changed at all. He's just like that same guy that I saw way back in the day when I used to go to the Boston Comedy Club and watch him go on at like 2 a.m. and just start murdering at 2 a.m. And I remember I used to always sit there going, how do you do that? How are you that funny at 2 a.m. in front of a crowd that gave up on the show like an hour ago, and they're tired and they just want to go home? That second he steps on stage, boom, he just starts fucking killing. So, Dave's up there murdering. Me and Nia are like just fucking laughing, dying, having a great time. And then he brings John Mayer back on. I don't want to ruin the show for him because I don't know how many they're going to do. But basically, if Dave was up there and he was just saying like, I was watching fucking Hawaii 5-0, like, John, whatever he fucking riffs, and it's clearly that Dave is just riffing, like Mayer can play.
Yo, let's talk about a real issue at hand. Trash piling up, it's time to take a stand. From plastic bottles to styrofoam cups, our planet's drowning, it's time to wake up. Garbage trucks roll, streets lined with waste, but where does it go? It's not a race to the landfill, a mountain of despair, but we can change course, show that we care. Trash talk, it's more than just words. It's about actions, the change we deserve. Reduce, reuse, recycle. That's the plan for a cleaner, greener earth. Let's take a stand. Trash talk, it's more than just words. It's about actions, the change we deserve. Reduce, reuse, recycle. That's the plan for a cleaner, greener earth. Let's take a stand. Single-use plastics, they gotta go. From straws to bags, it's time to say no. Bring your own cup, your own tote bag. Small steps add up, let's not lag. Sorting all waste is not that tough. Recycling centers, that's where it's rough. Separate paper, glass and cans. Give them a new life, that's the plan. Trash talk, it's more than just words. It's about actions, the change we deserve. Reduce, reuse, recycle. That's the plan for a cleaner, greener earth. Let's take a stand. But it's not just about the stuff we toss. It's about the mindset, there's no loss. Composting food waste, it's a win. Turning scraps to soil, let's begin. Educate the masses, from young to old. The future's at stake, let the story unfold. For the sake of our planet, our home sweet home. Let's clean up our acts, together we roam. Trash talk, it's more than just words. It's about actions, the change we deserve. Reduce, reuse, recycle. That's the plan for a cleaner, greener earth. Let's take a stand.
Play whatever the fuck he said. And Dave said that at one point. He goes, I don't know if you guys realize this shit, but John Mayer can play whatever he hears. And then he just started doing all this crazy shit, like making his guitar sound like a cat or a car beeping. Like, it went beyond I can play songs. Like, he could just do noises around the house. But it was fucking incredible. So if you get a chance, I don't know, if you get a chance to go see the show, definitely go do it. All right. And with that, let me, speaking of which, let me promote this. The Patrice O'Neal Comedy Benefit. And I forgot to fucking ask Dave Chappelle if he ever wanted to come in and do it. God damn it. Anyways.